Cape Cod Children's Place is a nonprofit resource, referral, and education center committed to providing high-quality care, support, and advocacy for families with young children in order to sustain a healthy community on Cape Cod. We offer child care and early childhood programs and operate the only licensed accredited year-round child care for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers from Orleans to Provincetown. We hold early childhood play groups, story hours, and early literacy activities in all of the towns. Cape Cod Children's Place also offers a wide variety of parent education and family support groups and consultations.
Cape Cod Children's Place opened its doors in September of 1995 after several years of local planning initiated by parents within the community. We are a nonprofit organization incorporated as a 501c3, and our annual budget is in the neighborhood of $750,000.
Cape Cod Children's Place funds playgroups in each of the lower and outer Cape towns, and where parents come together to support each other and participate in activities that support early literacy for children.
I first moved here in October of 2004, and I moved here with my one-year-old daughter and my 3-year-old son with my husband. We had moved into my mother's house in the hopes of saving money to buy a home of our own. However, a month later, my husband left, and here I was on the Cape with no job and 2 kids, and I didn't know anybody, and my mother spends the winters in Florida, so I was feeling really isolated. Because of all the changes that were happening in my son's life, I was dealing with a lot of challenging behaviors, and I didn't know how to help him through this. And I talked to Cindy Horgan. She recommended that I attend her 6-week positive discipline and parenting communication class that was happening here at the Cape Cod Children's Place. And so I decided to go, and again, I found myself in a place where I felt safe to share the struggles that my son was having, and in a supportive environment. And what it did was give me the tools to help Brendan with what he was dealing with.
3 years ago, Grace Elizabeth, our only daughter, was born in Hawaii. And moving our family from Hawaii to Cape Cod seemed like the best decision to be with my extended family. When we did arrive on Cape Cod with Grace Elizabeth, we were fortunate enough to know faculty and staff of the Children's Place, and they informed us of the toddler infant program. My sister, having children around the same time frame, had a very difficult time finding daycare, let alone infant and toddler daycare, licensed and accredited. We were lucky enough to have that provided and available through the Children's Place with all its benefits.
As grants have changed in recent years at the state level, we have witnessed the disappearance of child care subsidies for local families that needed local access to these subsidies. We continue to try to raise funding that will provide those subsidies that parents need, and that will also support the family education programs that we provide that are greatly needed by families in this region.
Through the support of the Cape Cod Children's Place, I found myself no longer isolated, but part of a community. And I've also, since then, started school and finished my degree last week. And so they took a situation that was potentially devastating for me and turned it into one that was full of growth and opportunity.